First of all, I just want to say thank you for all the support y'all have been showing on the Cobra Kai content. My why did season 3 Hulk is not his prime, and my tier list video, and of course this video where I ranked every best fighter in Cobra Kai every season so far. And thank y'all for all the support on those. I really appreciate it. And today I got y'all another Cobra Kai video. Like I said, I'm in my Cobra Kai era, honestly. I'll return back to what I used to be doing, but for now I'm just in my Cobra Kai era, because like low-key every time like I think about this show, I think about there's something I want to cover. And today it's mainly just gonna be discussing who I actually think was better between Miguel and Robby in like every season, because yeah, I think that's something that a lot of people are interested in, and I just thought it would be pretty interesting to do. For example, if y'all didn't watch my other video, y'all would know there are some seasons where Robby and Miguel, in my personal opinion, are not the best fighter in the show, thus meaning that in those seasons they would have to be scaled differently if they're not the best. If you want to use my tier list video and say, oh well, he was better this season or that season, well, that's not really a fact, because I didn't actually cover like Robby and Miguel scaling for those seasons in depth. So I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna do that for this video. So I'm gonna get very specific. So let's get into this right now. If you do enjoy the video, please be sure to share and like. Helps the algorithm as always. And if you don't mind hitting the red subscribe button, that would be much appreciated. Let's get into this right now. So for season 1, I think you should go without saying that honestly, I did actually scale this in that video, but I'm gonna just quickly browse over this again for season 1. Miguel is weaker than Robby because whenever Robby was balanced, he simply was folding Miguel. Every time Daniel told Robby to lock in and he actually locked in, he proceeded to beat like Miguel in like literally every way possible. I don't really think I have to go over this. You're seeing the clips on screen right now. So yeah, between the two of them, it shouldn't really be that controversial, although it kind of is, because people think just because Miguel won the tournament, that means he was the best, even though that's cap, because he literally had to keep using his injury to ultimately beat Robby. In fact, Miguel even said in season 2 that he couldn't have beat Robby without that. It wasn't because he was like, oh, I have to do this because he made me break up with my girlfriend. No, that had nothing to do with it. He dead seriously could not beat him. I mean, you could even imply this from what he tells Johnny. He's like, oh, well, there's nothing wrong about winning, Sensei. So yeah, I would 100% say Miguel would never have won if Johnny was, I mean, my bad, not Johnny, Robby was healthy. So yeah, Robby folds Miguel full power, making him the best fighter in season 1. Season 2, this also isn't that hard. They fight again in the school fight, and Miguel straight up flips this man over like a pretzel and then proceeds to be able to break his arm. Now I know canonically, technically Robby won, but that's dumb, so I'm not clearly giving him that. It was only because Miguel showed him mercy, which prior to that he was the winner, so don't even have to go over season 2 that much. Miguel is just the better fighter. Stop coping, Robby fans. Yeah. Next, we got season 3, which is controversial, but honestly, this shouldn't be that controversial, but it kind of is. Okay, so for starters, season 3 is a picky topic between these two, because in my opinion, that neither one of them are the best fighter. And the crazy part is that it's hard to scale them, because it really is like which one I'm going based off of. Like, am I going based on Miguel for the whole season, and then I'm just saying, well, it's Robby the whole season? And then it's like, if that's the case, then I think Robby would win with like high to mid diff. But if we're talking about like Miguel after amp or something, or writer's statement something, then technically Miguel would be the better fighter, although I think that's cap. Mainly because I think people take that statement too seriously. Like, I don't think the writers were thinking about what they were like implying for scaling reasons when they said that. So ultimately, I don't really think Miguel was like the best fighter in that season. I just think that's cap. Now, if you really want me to give you 100% like honest truth about who I think would win here, I'm not basing Miguel not being under Robby as a like, oh, well, I think he's under Robby because he was injured half the season. No, because he did recover. I'm just saying He literally just got out of a wheelchair. I know y'all seen that clip of Tori saying that. The man just got out of a wheelchair. There's no way in the world that I'm putting him over Robby, who beat Sean. And yes, I do understand that technically Miguel would be more skilled than Robby in this season because he learned the drum technique and was already a better fighter than Robby prior. And I'm a bit advocate of saying Robby was basically season 2 Robby between 2 and 3 because he literally didn't train Miyagi-Do. And when he went into the dojo and soloed it, he was using strictly Miyagi-Do, implying he had learned no other style yet. So with that being said, I do think just based on skill, Miguel would be better, and that's how I think the better fighter is. But he would still be so weak that I think Robby would just win in season 3. I'm sorry. That's the only reason I say it. I would say amped Miguel recovery, Robby would win extreme diff, man. I'd say he win extreme diff, but he would win because I just feel like he just got a wheelchair. I don't think he can pull it out. Sorry, I'm going to have to give that season to Robby. But low-key, it could maybe be Miguel. It just depends on how valid you think that statement is. Anyway, season 4. Season 4 is, well, controversial. It's almost like this whole show is. Anyway, season 4, I would automatically say Robby. If this was like old me who used to scale Cobra Kai before I watched it like 4 more times and then I really started to realize something. First of all, the main problem, and I have to cover his scaling for this, is Eli. And ultimately, he is a very important factor in discussing whether Miguel is relative to even Robby and him. Now, it's important to keep in mind that Terry Silver's plan to get Miguel and Sam off balance did work by making Tori and Robby go to the prom. It did throw them both off balance. More so Miguel than Robby, because at the end of the day, Johnny was like, "Oh, I love you, Robby," and that really messed Miguel up. So ultimately, it threw him more off balance than Sam. But my point is what he still got what he wanted, I guess. Either way, Eli though, is the funny thing about it is bro is like fighting a mentally nerfed Miguel, and Miguel is boxing, and he doesn't even really want to box. So I'm not too sure if like y'all not understanding this. Eli also in his prime in that season. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say here. I do think Miguel would kind of beat Robby, but it's kind of only under the impression of Kenny's statement where he was like, "You only won the tournament," he tells this to Eli, "because Diaz got hurt," implying that he thinks Miguel would have beat him had that not happened. So that's kind of, because see, like Robby says he lost to Eli fair and square. So if Robby lost to Eli fair and square, this will automatically imply that he's better than Robby because of Kenny's statement. And it's not like Eli denies this or anything. He doesn't deny this. So he might even believe this to be true as well. But I don't really know. Like if I don't go based off that statement, I would say Robbie's the better fighter, but I'm going based off that statement. So yeah, he would scale over. So I would say Miguel wins season 4. Although I know a lot of y'all would immediately disagree with that. I don't know. I'm going with Miguel. Yeah. Okay, season 5 is obvious. It's Miguel. He beat Robby. Like, what are we talking about? I don't have to get into details about this. He literally beat him. And Robby didn't do anything else. Yeah, Miguel, season 5. And last but not least, we got season 6, part 1 in here. And once again, this does not take that much time because once again, they fight in season 6. And I actually had to cover this in that video, but y'all already know how I feel about this. It's Robby part 1. Hopefully that changes in part 2 to maybe Eli. And then maybe in part 3, it's Miguel. That's kind of the way I want that to go. Because my boy Eli, boy Hulk, he got to do something. Man. He got to be the best fighter in part 2. Just has to be. Dude got nerfed 2 seasons straight. Well, really 1 season, if I'm being honest. He was just going easy on Kenny. But then he got, kind of beat up by Kyler. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that I definitely think it's Robby. He beat Miguel fair and square. Miguel was going all out. Already went over this, I think 3 times on this channel. There's no way you can say Miguel was mentally nerfed because dude quite literally said I'm going all out, and he even told Sam in the process of the fight hey, I need this. Meaning, yeah, he's definitely trying to win. And he's not worried about none of that. We're brothers, best friend stuff. He's trying to win. And Robby locked in and beat him. So yeah, Robby's the best fighter in season 6. And for recap, just to make sure you guys remember everything I said. Season 1, I got Robby. Season 2, I got Miguel. Season 3, I got Robby. Season 4, I got Miguel. Season 5, I got Miguel. And season 6, I got Robby. Which, ironically would make it where they each won 3 seasons, but that was not intentional. But I guess they're tied for their seasons, I guess. So that's interesting. Also, though, to be fair, though, at least 2 of those seasons could, well, actually, one of those seasons honestly could have went to Miguel. Just depends on how you take that statement. And then it would be 2-3. But, you know, right now it's 3. I mean, 4-2. It could be 4-2. But nah, I'm going 3-3 on season 3. That's the one I'm talking about if you didn't know. And yeah, that's my scaling for this. I think that's the way it goes. If you guys have any other thoughts and you don't think I was right about certain seasons, then please be free to tell me. I'm pretty sure season 3 will be the one that most people will have to say something to me about. As far as seasons, as far as every other season, I think some people will disagree with season 1, but yeah, it's just facts. Season 6, clearly somebody's gonna have to disagree with it. Everything else, everybody's probably gonna agree with, though. I don't really see how you couldn't. Well, maybe season 4. I'm not gonna lie. The Cobra Kai is controversial, so yeah, nah. Really, this whole thing could be somebody's like, yeah, yeah. I'll enjoy seeing the comments of this video. That's what I'm saying. I hope you guys have a good day. Make sure to eat breakfast, eat lunch, eat dinner. I can never say enough and everybody says enough. Thank you, and I'm out. Until the next video, Cobra Kai era. And yeah, I'm out, guys. Have a nice day.